الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد. Brothers and sisters, salamu min Allahi alaykum wa rahmatun minhu wa barakatuhu. Today is a beautiful Sunday, the 21st day of the month of Dhul Qa'dah 1441, the 12th day of the month of July 2020. This is kind of a returning back, so to speak, to what took place yesterday during the Zoom webinar conducted by the organizers of our Zoom conference yesterday concerning movements against rape and sexual violence organized by some good people who did their best to make sure negative things against women are wiped out. And I was one of the co-discussants. My topic of discussion as at yesterday was, what does Islam really say concerning the marriageable age of both men and women? Unfortunately, as I started talking halfway or to some extent, I got disconnected. We did everything possible to see why we couldn't. We did our best here, and important people were there, and I had wanted to maximally benefit from their wealth of experiences, from the pool of knowledge, but unfortunately I just sent just part of my message and the disconnection took place. So we felt it's important to recapture what I had intended presenting yesterday, because there are many ways and channels through which you can send the message. If this does not go through, well, let's say it somewhere. So we hope things went well, and we congratulate them for a well done thing they did yesterday. May Allah give us all the reward. So now we intended with the brothers here that this message should be revisited, represent what you've intended presenting. So here we go, asking Allah to come to our side and help us in saying the truth, abide by the truth, and maintain same until we meet Him. Innahu waliyu dhalika wal qadiru alayh. Now, what does Islam say concerning the marriageable age? No specific age limit is given by Islam. Okay? No age limit is given at which you take the hand of your daughter and give to somebody, or a man, your son, to make him enter into wedlock to a sister. No age is given. What is important is the puberty to be reached. But in the light of ayah or verse number 4 in chapter number 65, Allah says, وَاللَّائِي يَئِسْنَ مِنَ الْمَحِيضِ مِن نِّسَائِكُمْ إِنِ ارْتَبْتُمْ فَعِدَّتُهُنَّ ثَلَاثَةُ أَشْهُرٍ وَاللَّائِي لَمْ يَحِضْنَ وَأُولَاتُ الْحَمَلِ, to the end of it. Allah said, as for those women that despair of menstrual cycle, woman that has reached the age of menopause period, say 50 or thereabout, and she is divorced, her waiting period should be 3 months. Then Allah said, وَاللَّائِي لَمْ يَحِضْنَ, as well as those who are yet to start even witnessing menses. So the scholars like Ibn Kathir and Imam al-Tabari, and of course of later age and time, the Allama Nasir al-Sa'di, in his world-class tafsir, Taysir al-Karim al-Rahman bi Tafsir Kalam al-Mannan, said on this, Wallahi lam yahidn, he says it means as-saghirat. Saghirat. You can go to the book, page 870. He said it means saghirat. That is the minors. So the minors who have not yet even witnessed the menstrual cycle, whenever she is divorced, her waiting period too shall be 3 months. Just like it should be the case with a woman that is of age. So it tells you in the light of this ayah that a minor can be married off. A minor. Who is minor? Of course, she has not even reached the age of puberty. This is our teaching. This is our Quran. And we explain it to the whole world to understand us. Okay, so Nasr Sa'di again explains that even if a lady is baligha, she is over 18, meaning over 20 years of age, yet she has not seen her menstrual cycle, maybe because of any abnormality or something like that, physiologically or anatomically speaking, she too should observe 3 consecutive months. So you can deduct in the light of the ayah that there is no age limit given. That is the answer to the question that I was given to handle yesterday, and what happened like I've said earlier. There is no any age limit. What is important, I keep on saying, is the father has the right to marry off his daughter, even though a minor, to somebody that he believes to be morally okay, religiously on the high side. Most especially our Nabi, our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, our beloved master, our role model that we love so much that we imitate and copy. In Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 4840. So also in Sahih Muslim, in hadith 1422. These 2 books, compendiums, are the most reliable sources when it comes to hadith literature after the Quran. They have reported that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam married our mother Aisha, as-Siddiqatu bint as-Siddiq, married Aisha at the age of 6. This we tell the world boldly that he married her at the age of 6. But the marriage was not consummated until 3 years later, to make her body prepare for what should take place during the consummation. So in the light of this, you're talking about our guideline, we said the practice of our Prophet ﷺ. If anybody is trying to mutilate the hadith, it's not like that. Just listen to him well. The hadith has spoken. Age 6, consummation 9 years later. It may sound to you revolting. It may sound to you what unacceptable. That is up to you. This hadith, you cannot change it. But the message is crystal clear. Okay, so that is what I had wanted to add more yesterday. And again, Al-Imam Ibn Qudama Al-Maqdisi, may Allah have mercy on him and on all our scholars, in his Ash-Sharh al-Kabir, volume number 2, 386, he said, with regard to females, listen, Ibn Qudama was making commentary on this important issue. With regards to female, the father may give his minor virgin daughter, okay, who has not yet reached the age of 9, in marriage, okay, to whomever he wants. Then he said there is no difference amongst the scholars. It is a consensus of our scholars. Consensually, the scholars are agreed that, according to Ibn Qudama, I quoted the source, that a father can take the hand of his daughter, though minor, before at the age of 9 or even lower, to whomever he pleases. Okay, I said this can be looked for in Ash-Sharh al-Kabir, that is volume 3 of the book, 386. Now, and there is no any khilafa, la khilafa fi dhalika bayna al-ulama. There is no any khilafa on this, that if he gives his daughter in marriage, though minor, to whom he pleases, it is okay. But we keep on saying consummation should be delayed until she can withstand what it takes to be, being bedded, so to speak, or for the marriage to be consummated. This is also the idea of Al-Imam Ibn al-Mundhir in the same source. He said all of those scholars from whom we acquire knowledge, they are unanimous. They unanimously agree that it is permissible for the father to give his minor daughter to marriage if he arranges the marriage to somebody believed to be of good behavior and the man is acceptable, even if the daughter is reluctant, because this is the father. You may say, well, but the girl, her consent should be looked for. If that is not concerning the father, mark you. And if she has reached the age of puberty, but this is minor, they are saying minor, you don't look for it. You can take the hand of your daughter at the age of 5 to give in marriage, but you have to wait until she has reached the age of withstanding a sexual relationship. That is the message. Some people deliberately don't want to even hear. We don't know for what reason. That is even the view of Al-Imam Ibn Baz. In fact, from these sources, there is no any difference. And Muslims should speak up. This is our deen. وَقُلِ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. Tell them, the truth is from your Lord. Let him who desires believe. If he does, let him reject it. But you cannot come to Islam through backdoor. You cannot change the text. Some people will be manipulating the concept of Maqasid Sharia, deliberately or ignorantly even. Maqasid Sharia, is it what is meant here? We shall come to that inshallah later. Secondly, in the light of this, no one has the right, has the prerogative, so to speak, to marry off the minor but the father. This is the view of Al-Imam Malik, Ahmad ibn Hanbal al-Shaybani, and Shafi'i, Muhammad ibn al-Shafi'i. Imam al-Shafi'i is of the view even the grandfather can act in the position of the father. Al-Imam Abu Hanifa is of the view wali, that is the guardian too, can act in this capacity. But the preponderant view is that the wali or the wakil or the person I mentioned cannot do that until there is a good evidence. Good evidence for him to do that. The point is, Imam Abu Hanifa is of the view even the wali, that is the guardian, can act in the place of the father. Similarly, even if such marriage is contracted, all this I have mentioned, you can find it in the book of Al-Mughni of Ibn Qudama in volume 7. Thirdly, the father should not give his minor daughter in marriage except where he believes it is going to be in her best interest. If, for example, you have a daughter at the age of 5, somebody believed to be good man, and you say, I am going to marry off my daughter, though small, at later age, let the marriage take place, let it be contracted right now, but consummation until she reaches puberty. It is okay. And you see, some are older marrying younger. Go back to the story of the prophets. You will see how a prophet at the age of, say, 60 or beyond that, married girls at that very time. And this, do we condemn? Why are we not speaking about the minors being defiled by older people? Why shouldn't we have a law to take these things appropriately? So now, in the light of what I'm saying, this is very important point, that the father should take the hand of his daughter minor in marriage to somebody in order for her to have the benefit of the marriage in her best interest. They are saying Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu took the hand of Aisha anha at the age of 6 and gave to the Prophet ﷺ because it was in her best interest. Where else could he have gotten a prophet? And an opportunity once lost can hardly be regained. So that is the second thing. Do not take the hand of your young daughter, minor, and give in marriage because of material consideration, because of any position, because of something not as important as this, as we say. Similarly, Uh, this is what Al-Jassas says. You can find it in Al-Jassas, Ahkam al-Quran of Al-Jassas in volume 2, page 342. Fourthly, consummation, I am repeating, should be put on hold. If a little girl is married off to somebody, consummation, the conjugal relation, should be delayed until when she is up, she has risen to the occasion. In other words, no mating. If the marriage is contracted today between the minor and somebody elderly or an adult, tell him, okay, you have to wait until it's okay. So don't tell me this is something bad, it's our religion, our belief. Somebody may hold his own different view, but allow your view to be informed by scholarly scholars, not somebody kind of telling you, dictating to you what to do to please X, Y, Z. We are created by Allah the Almighty. We refuse to have anybody's view to be dictated to us. I keep on saying we are Quranically engineered, sunnatically guided. Do not bring anybody's view to us. These things are very, very important. And that is the answer to the question I was asked. Now I begin to wonder. In America, Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, tells us that between year 2000 to year 2015, they said at least, I'm repeating for the sake of emphasis, because they are saying ma takarrara taqarrara. What is oft repeated is oft assimilated. At least 200,000 minors were married in America. Wow. They say, wow. We say, no, subhanallah. Because the reality. And according to the federal law in America, I know, federally speaking, the age of 18 has been packed. But at the same time, there are state laws to take exceptions. Yeah, some states marry off their minors at the age of 12, like in Massachusetts. I said it yesterday. 12. And let me quote this. However, state laws make exceptions. Okay? If the minors have, or the minor has, one or plural. If the minor has, or if the minors have parental consent, that is number one. If the parent consents that your minor daughter should be hooked to your son, if there is parental consent, it is okay. So why do you deny me that parental consent? If the whole America, a great nation, has it, why do you deny a Muslim here? Why making the hues and cries and hula balu? Why? Let's be realistic. This is our deen. Are you telling me Islam should just make some adjustment to follow you? Or are you the one to adjust to follow Islam? I cannot have an Islam where he is the one following me. Because al-Islam an tuti'ahu la an yuti'aka huwa. All right. So, they are saying, if there is parental consent, that is number one. And if there is the approval of a judge, number two, or are regarded as adults, according to the convention of the people. So now three things. In America, they are saying there are some states that can marry off minors, but with three conditions. Parents have to consent. Okay, if I consent, do you deny me? Number two, if the judge approves. Number three, if traditionally, according to the practices, cultural practice, they condone it. That is why the Arabs, during the time of the Prophet ﷺ, never accused him of marrying a minor, because it was okay according to the cultural practices there. Similarly, they are also saying, as at December 2017 in America, as of December 2017, minors of any age, I'm quoting, of any age can legally marry in 25 states. Wonderful. As of December 2017, minors of any age, I have underlined this, of any age can legally be married off. All this to prove what? To prove to you that the answer to the question I was given, I was trying to answer when I got disconnected. I don't know why. We did everything possible to get connected. We never got connected. It was after I have left, I was denied the chance of even benefiting from the panelists. Later I was being called, please things are okay, call the Sheikh back. We say, is there something fishy? Was it pre-arranged? Well, Allah knows the best. But we have opportunities. You have the opportunity. Listen to the message. Tell the people. We are ever ready anytime. Call us. We're going to come. We're going to say what we feel will be said. But the truth should be said. Take it or leave it. Now we ask this question. On the issue of youth at a younger age, early marriage, what about early fornication? Answer these questions. We are making hues and cries, early marriage, avoid early marriage, avoid. What about early fornication? In our Nigerian English, early fornication, what is it? What about early adultery? What about the mass production of condom? Talk about it. What about a woman shaking the hand of men? Freedom, refinement. What about hugging? What about a woman traveling from place to place? Even though you hear some people in the name of knowledge mutilating the hadith. Hadith will come, they declare it not incorrect. They are not hadith scholars, or they mutilate the concept of maqasid sharia in the name of knowledge. Look, the ulama should speak against it. لَتُبَيِّنُنَّهُ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَكْتُمُونَ. Say it clearly, don't hide it. And the ulama are saying, as-sukutu alal munkari munkarun. Being silent on munkar is munkar itself. So I ask, why early marriage talking about it? What about early fornication? What about early adultery? Why don't talk about it? What about Miss Campus being organized? Where body is just expressed. Why? Why don't we talk about all this? And again, talking about rape. Yeah, rape is condemnable by all standards and should be treated seriously. But wait, what about nakedness? Talk about it. And if a woman is naked, is that a reason for it? No, it's not. But you should be just to yourself by also adding, talk against nakedness. Don't say if a woman is naked, that does not mean a reason for it. Of course, it's not a reason. But why can't you add, yes, rape is condemnable and the causative agent to it should also be condemned. Why are you silent on this? This is double standard. Al-Kailu bi-Mikyalain. Let's be truthful. What about nakedness? Women going half naked in the name of civilization. We are all silent on this. Rape is bad. Some even go to the point of saying there is something, the so-called marital rape. What is that? Are we living in a time where Sharia teachings are being mutilated, changed to please somebody? This is an aberrational statement. Anything called marital rape? Somebody marries a woman with all conditions there in the Quran and Sunnah, and according to the ulama's consensus, and just because he meets her against her will, you say that is a rape. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم نعوذ بالله من الجهالة في وقت دعوة الفضيلة. Nothing like marital rape. If to some people it's okay, don't bring it to me because I'm a Muslim. Nothing like marital rape. Now let me ask you, if there is marital rape, tell me, what does Islam about it? What does Islam say about it? Tell me. Does Islam prescribe punishment for the husband having sex with his wife against her will, marital rape. Okay, what does Quran say about the husband? We know if it is zina, you know the judgment. He should be stoned to death appropriately if he is married. And if the woman also agrees. But in this case, the man has made his wife without her consent. You call it marital rape. What does Islam say on the so-called marital rape? Tell me, where do you get this? And are you trying to put the words in the mouth of the Quran and Sunnah? Fear Allah. Allah says, all of us, nothing like marital rape. This is just, misleading. It is aberrational. It is unfounded. It is something just concocted by just human thinking. My Islam, your Islam, our Islam is crystal clear. The messages are there to be understood, and only knowledge and going back to the scholars of learning that will clear everything. Brothers and sisters, these are some of the things I had wanted yesterday to all put through during our webinar Zoom, but as Allah will have it, what happened. So we're not going to leave any stone unturned in sending the message across, maybe to the organizers, the respected people there, the respected panelists. May Allah reward them beautifully for the contribution they have given. But at the same time, we owe it a duty to our Rabb, our Malik, our Khalik, our Nourisher, our Cherisher, our Sustainer, to say the truth. And the truth shall see you through. Definitely, we have a lot of things to say on this, but suffices, we have captured the main topic of discussion, asking Allah the Almighty to bless all of us, to bring an end to COVID-19 in Nigeria and other parts of the world, to cooperate with our government in making sure we have security problem-free society, our education to be back on the right track, our economy to regain its booming. وَمَا ذَلِكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ بِعَزِيزٍ. I thank Allah the Almighty, especially the media team with us here, Brother Shuaib, Brother Yaqub, and the chairman of our masjid here in Zaria, Zaria Hotel. We thank all of you for your contribution, and you too. Naam? Malla Mukhtar Atiku for your togetherness. These things will be coming your way from time to time. Inshallah ta'ala is a good message. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.